And when I say that it's you partially own it, you really don't own it, don't take offense to what I'm saying. Don't get mad with me because I'm saying, oh, you partially own it, but you don't completely own it. So what I mean by that is if you don't have control, like full control of how much money you want to make, would you say to yourself, I own my own income, I make as much money as I want to make? And I have a friend that says that all the time. Listen, Carol, I make as much money as I want to make. I'm like, why? Because you got a job? And the response is always yes. But I want y'all to think about this. If you are a person that's living paycheck to paycheck, or you are a retiree that's living retirement check from retirement check, is it enough? Think about that for a minute. Is it really enough? I don't know. Some people think it is, some people think it's not. From my experience of being in the workforce most of my life, it's not enough. It just isn't. So we're going to talk about that while I'm working on these electronics. I tried to go live on YouTube, everybody, but YouTube was giving me some echo. So I had to come out of YouTube. Now I'm trying to go live on Facebook and I'm hoping that it works, Radio Land. And I will upload it to YouTube after this is done. So, hey, Facebook, how are you doing? We had a little bit of technical difficulties. I was really trying to go live on YouTube on Sador Radio, but I got a little bit of echo in the YouTube live stream. So I came off of that, had to come into Facebook and go live. So here we are. And as y'all see, Audio Land, you can't see this, but I got on a different cap today. I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to hang with this. I don't know. We shall see how well I do with these little pretty caps that I done went out and bought because I'm trying to give my hair a break from the braids. So we shall see. I don't know, but I'm trying to hang in there with it. I'm trying to hang in there with it. So let's see what we get. All right. It says we like, hi Jennifer, how you doing? So let's talk about where can I put this? Let's try this right here. Let's talk about what's posted. First, I wanted to do something, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it last. I'm gonna take care of that, and I'm gonna do it last. I talked about well, the post was 5 reasons you should create your own income. And like I said, Radio Land, Facebook didn't hear, so I'm gonna just do a little repeat. You may feel like you own your own income. To a certain extent, you really do. But let's say you want something extra. You want to go on a cruise. You want to take a vacation. You want something new in your house. You want to do some home improvements, but you are a person that don't have it. So what you got to do? You got to put in some overtime to make the amount of money that you want to make. That's one. Now let's take the other individuals who live for overtime. Those individuals that live for overtime, I call them living beyond their means. Because when the overtime is no longer there, they're upset, mad at their job. Like, yo, They stopped the overtime. What was you doing that you needed that overtime so bad? You went out splurging, buying something you really can't afford? So ask yourself, do you really have control of the income your vision is? Do you really have control of the amount of money, that magic number that you have up here without the income? Hi, my niece. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. So that's what I mean when I say no, you partially do. And some of y'all may get mad. And if you do get mad, I'm okay with you being a little bit upset with me by what I said, but I want you to think about it because it is true. Radio Land, if you need to tune in with me, you could or ask me a question or comment about what I'm saying. Radio Land, you could tune in and call me at 267 864 8639. So I'm going to give y'all some information. And what else is on the itinerary is a Netflix movie review that I watched yesterday. And I'm going to tell y'all about this movie. And then if you got Netflix, I want you to go check it out for yourself because some of it you got to decipher. So let's go over number 1. 5 reasons you should create your own income. Number 1, it reduces stress. Some people jobs call them stress. Some people jobs cause them to have anxiety or fear of their future. Some people live in times of their jobs like that. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get fired. I don't know if I'm going to get laid off. That's, hi, Keith, fear of the future, anxiety and stress. You have your boss, your supervisor, your manager in your ass every day about something. That can cause stress. If you have a job where you're not meeting the freaking deadlines, anxiety kicks in, stress kicks in. And what happens if you married, you got kids, you got a side chick, you got a side dude, you got somebody that you're taking it out on, all because of your job. All because of your job. We're getting somewhere. Next, second one is take control of your income. Number 1 reason to create your own money, take control of your own income. Now, you may say, Carol, I got control of my income. I get a check every month. I get a check every 2 weeks. You don't have control of your money. No, you don't. Because you have to wait on that check. You can't just say, hey, get my money. I want some more money. You can't do that. So you don't have control of your own income because you have to wait for your check to be dispersed to you. This is so much fun. Number 3, it gets you out of the proverbial rat race. Okay, Jennifer, Juanice, and Keith, I am covering the 5 reasons why you should create your own income. That's what I'm talking about right now. So with taking control of your own income, I just gave you some examples of why you really don't have it. Hi, Renee. Thanks for tuning in. And number 4 is getting out of the proverbial rat race. What do I mean by that? Anybody who has a job is in a rat race. Unless you have a job where you go to work when you want to, you schedule your own hours when you want to, when most of the people is in the mall or shopping, that's where your butt is at too, because that's the only time you can go because you're part of the proverbial rat race. So rush hour traffic, first thing in the morning, Rush hour traffic is going to be anywhere from 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. You're part of the rat race already, because in between those hours, that's when work traffic to work is normally heavy. By the time you get to work, you pissed off and mad. Why? Because of traffic. Did nobody do nothing to you? But traffic. Then if you are a person who has road rage and you get behind the person, because they not moving as fast as you want them to move. Proverbial rat race. Then when you get to work, you clock in. You got to speak to some people you really don't want to speak to. Some of the people you do want to speak to, some of the people you're like, I really don't want to talk to you, but hey, I'm not ignorant. I'm going to speak to you anyway. Hi, Ernest. Hi, Holly. I'm going to speak to you anyway. That's cool. Then while you at work, you have to get through that whole day. Now you have to wait on break time. Break time is what? 10 to 15 minutes? And that's for y'all smokers who got to go outside and smoke. And other people just standing by the water cooler. Proverbial rat race. Then after that, you go back to work. Now you got to wait on lunchtime. I'm taking y'all through an 8-hour day here. You got to wait on lunchtime. Lunchtime is between some jobs 11 and 1 p.m. Either you bring your lunch to work or you're going to the lunch truck that's outside your job, or you're not going to eat it all. Those are your three options. You're not going to eat it all. You're going to the lunch truck outside your job. Now you got to wait in line to get some food. Or you brought your lunch to work. Proverbial rat race. Now lunchtime is over. Clock back in. Now you got to wait to clock out to go home. Dictated to you. You can't leave when you want to. Can't do that. Now it's about 4 or 5 o'clock. You back in rush hour traffic. Why? To get home. All you want to do after a day's work, I want to go home. Just let me go home. Let me get in this traffic in peace. Have nobody blowing their horn at me. Just let me get home. Proverbial rat race. That is a whole day. 8 to 10 hours. You spend 8 hours on your job. You got an hour in traffic. You got an hour in traffic to get to work and an hour in traffic to get home. Proverbial rat race. What's the opposite of the proverbial rat race? Owning your own income, where you ain't have to be in that traffic. You don't. I'm like, looking, y'all. I'm trying these new cats. Number 5. It provides a financial stability platform. What do I mean by that? If you were in a position to control, uncapped, how much money you want to make per week, per month, per year. Owning your own income allows you that financial stability. Now, I'm not going to tell you, hey, that it's easy, because it's not. It starts with the mindset. You have to plant the seed in your mind, like, what's my magic number? Ask yourself, this is January the 5th. Take a look at your last year's pay stub of what you made and ask yourself, how much money do I want to make this year? How am I going to make it this year? Do I want to make the same amount of money that I made last year? Do I want to get paid the same hourly rate that I made last year? Do I want to get paid the same salary that I made last year? And ask yourself, what is my magic number? How much money do I want to be paid per hour? How much money do I want to be paid per month? How much money I want to be paid and make for the year of 2021? Ask yourself those questions. And if your numbers is bigger than the numbers that you actually earned last year, you have some work to do. But it starts with your mindset. If you can go to work for somebody else, whether it's local, city, private sector, government sector, it's all for somebody else. If you could give them 100% of your hours, your time, because time we can't get back. We can't get back time. So if you can give them 100% of that, why can't you do it for yourself? It makes sense to me. It makes sense to every entrepreneur that's out there too. We just trying to get to you W-2 employees and let you know, like, hey, there's some grass on the other side of the gate. You can do your job. You can have a part-time business. And then when you start making X amount of dollars in your part-time business, maybe, just maybe, you'll be in a position to say, hey, do I need this job? Depends on what your magic number is. Okay, next. So that was, it provides a platform, financial stability and growth when you have control of your own finances. Because it's actually 1, 2, 3. It's actually 3 parts of this, and I'm gonna just try to cover all these parts in an hour, because I'm only on for an hour on Tuesdays because my schedule changed. Hold on, y'all. Try to catch up with Radio Land. Okay, I'm still with Radio Land. Great. Thank you, Juanice. Juanice says, makes real good sense. Absolutely. I agree with Juanice. So now I'm going to tell you, we've covered this. We covered the 5 benefits of why you should create your own income. Now we're going to cover the benefits of creating your own income. And third, we're going to talk about types of income. And then you can ask yourself, where do you fit in? Where do you fit in now? And where do you want to fit in for 2021? Okay, so one of the benefits, one of the biggies is you no longer have to trade time for money. That's a plus. You no longer have to trade time for money. You don't, because you are it. You're the person that has decided, I want to control my money. I want to control how much money I make by creating my own income. You don't really control how much money you make if you are a W-2. Or maybe a W-9, because W-9, we can negotiate how much we're worth. You can't do that as a W-2. You could try to negotiate how much you are worth, but they'll talk you down unless you really got the credentials to back it up. Just saying, just putting it out there. It gives you the benefits, gives you the ability to do what you want, do what you want, when you want, how you want, and not have to answer or ask anybody, can I have a day off, please? Can I take time off for a vacation? My daughter's sick. My son's sick. I need to leave early. I need to come in late. My husband's sick. I need to go see my side chick. I need to go see my side dude. Can I just have a day off? I need a couple hours off. Can you just sign this? Benefits of owning your own income, because you're in control. It's uncapped. You don't have to ask nobody. You could just go when you feel like it. Why? Because you're the owner. You have switched from leasing to ownership. Leasing to ownership. And it makes a difference, makes a hell of a difference. Freedom to pursue your big dream. Hi, Eric. We're talking about the 5 benefits of ownership. So we're talking about leasing to ownership, and it's about money, income, lifestyle. It's all about lifestyle. It is what it is. Freedom to pursue your big vision. What is your big vision? I know what my big vision is. Is there a such thing as your vision is too big? Nope, it's not. It's yours. Your vision can be as little or as big as you want it. But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about going after your vision? One thing for sure, that's a fact. We can't make other people see our vision. We can't do that because they got their own vision. Some do, some don't. So what? Move on. But for us, it's our vision. How big is yours? How are you going to get to your vision? What steps are you going to take? What's the blueprint that you're going to follow? How are you going to do it? You're going to try to go out there and do it by yourself and do it alone? I'm going to tell you right now, that shit don't work. If you out there, anybody, and you're trying to do this alone by yourself, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's called solopreneur, and it takes you longer to reach it. It takes you longer to reach your goal. It takes you longer to get to your big vision. Why? Because you're trying to do it by yourself. It's hard doing it by yourself. So I'm gonna wrap that up and talk about that at the end of this because it gets there. Next is you get to spend more quality time with whoever you want to spend it with. Mainly, importantly, family. If you're a workaholic, you hardly ever home. If you spend more time at your job than you spend at home, you need to think about ownership instead of leasing. It gives you the freedom to respect the quality of time that you can get with your family. And what does that do? That creates memories. When you have that kind of, thanks for the thumbs up. When you have that kind of time, it creates family memories. Family memories are not forgotten. You get to take pictures. You get to do this. You get to do a whole lot of stuff. Lots of stuff. So think about that. I got people calling me and I'm okay. All right. So that's one. Family memories is important. So if you don't have a reason, let that be your reason. Why? Because family is so important. And in today's time, a lot of us has lost family. Capture as many memories as you can. When you go from leasing to ownership, it gives you that ability to do just that, along with taking a vacation whenever you feel like it, traveling anywhere you want to whenever you feel like it. I'm just saying, I'm just the messenger planting seeds on the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show on Sador radio station. If you have not, you can please share it. You can follow me on, tune in with me on Sador radio by downloading the Sador Radio app on your iPhone or your Android phone, or you can go to YouTube and watch this episode on a replay in case you catch it on a replay, because I will be uploading it there. And my Facebook peeps, they are watching it live. Hi, Glenda. How you doing? Hi, Holly. Hi, Ernest. Hope I mentioned everybody. Next is, I'm talking, in case you just tuned in, part 1 was 5 reasons why you should create your own income. Part 2 is the benefits of creating your own income. And the fifth benefit is there is no ceiling cap. I like that. There is no ceiling cap. When you are on the ownership side, there's no ceiling cap. Only you can stop you from making the amount of money and creating your vision and creating your memories that you want to create. You have control of that. So if you're standing in your own way, get out of your own way and do what's needed for you to go from leasing, trading time for money, to ownership. Because if you do it for somebody else, you can do it for yourself. That's it. Checking on my time. Hold on, y'all. I got to keep track with my time. I don't have a 2-hour show no more. I got an hour show, and I'm still good. Radio Land, if you need to check in, call me at 267-864-8639. You have been listening to the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show on the Sador radio station. We can be found on YouTube at Sador Radio YouTube channel. You can watch all the other 22 hosts as well as myself. There is something on the radio station 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for anybody. We have comedians, funny comedians at that. We have talk shows, we have DJs, we have a little bit of something for a little bit of everybody, to include Mr. Sador himself, who has a open conversation radio segment that he does. So I want to talk about now the types of income. So we covered 5 reasons why you should create your own income. We also covered 5 benefits of why you should have ownership. Now we're going to go into types of income. And you may say, Carol, types of income, there's only one type of income. Wrong. There's more than one type of income. And I'm going to go over a few, and most of you may fit into the first category. It's called earned income. Earned income is active income. That sounds good, don't it? Active income. Sounds beautiful. Active income. That means you are actively making money because you're putting in the work and the time. Yeah, little baby. Excuse me, y'all. I got my grandson.
Is this card like this? It was on the little table.
Yes. Yes. That's my grandbaby, y'all. He's 6 years old. And I'm doing Nana duties right now while I'm doing my radio show. So, active income. These are W-2 employees. Now, what is it about W-2 employees? It's good to be an employee. Very good. Some people can't be an employee. It's good, but you pay higher taxes. You pay taxes on the money that you earned. Let me repeat that. You pay taxes on the money that you earn. You put in time. You get your paycheck at the end of the week, every 2 weeks or once a month, whenever you get it. And there's 2 things on your pay stub. Y'all know what they are? What do you take home? Do you take home gross or do you take home net after all the deductions were taken out? That's what I mean by you pay taxes on the money that you work for, that you earned. Active income, earned income. Second type of income is profit income. Profit income is if you are a person who is a entrepreneur, solopreneur, womanpreneur, manpreneur, any other kind of preneur that's out there, and you sell products or services. And let's say, for instance, you purchase whatever it is, you purchase wholesale, you sell for retail. I'm giving away some stuff here. You sell wholesale, you purchase wholesale, and you sell retail. Now, you get to pick and choose. Once you purchase something wholesale, let's say you're connected with a manufacturer or you're connected with a wholesaler, whatever the situation may be. Either way, you're purchasing these products wholesale. You get to decide how much you want to sell it for retail. Now, there is a gem key dependent on the product on how much you should exit up. Entrepreneurs, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about when I say exit up. Whether you 2 exit, 5 exit, or 10 exit, whatever, you're exiting up on that product. So you have the money that you invested because you purchased it wholesale, and you sold it retail because you went up. You didn't sell it for the same price that you purchased wholesale, so you made a profit. That's profit income. A lot of people in today's time, pandemic time, is entrepreneurs. They was forced to become entrepreneurs because they had to make a decision. How am I going to feed my family? And we still in a pandemic. I'm gonna share this with you before I move on to the next one. I watched a video of Taraji. Everybody know who Taraji is. In a pandemic, I think Hollywood was shut down with everybody else. I'm going to tell you how creative Taraji got. Taraji learned, she taught herself to do nails. She taught herself to make wigs. And from what I understand, she makes them by hand. Now, I've seen wigs being made by hand from the Asians. Got some Asian friends. It's always good to have some Asian friends. And Taraji in a pandemic has a beautiful, oh my gosh, has a beautiful, you would think you're walking into a salon. She taught herself how to do her own nails. She taught herself how to make her own wigs, and she named the wigs. Women name their wigs. I don't wear wigs. I'm normally in braids, and now I'm capped up. Tell you about another woman, another entertainer. I'm trying to think. I see her face. All right, I need y'all to help me out. Who's the wife? I see her face, but I just can't think of her name right now. Who is the wife that is married to Dwayne Wade? Do anybody in Facebook know who that is? I can't think of her name. She's very pretty. She's a very, very good actress. But if anybody on Facebook know Dwayne Wade's wife, that's who I'm talking about. Just type in her name type her name in so I can say her name because I can't remember her name. What is her name? I see her face, but I can't think of her name. Anyway, she was talking, and what she was talking about was how people, entertainers like her, they are even struggling in a pandemic. But she goes into some serious detail. If you, and I don't even know if it's on YouTube, it might be, it might not be, but check out what she says about the entertainers and things being real. Gabrielle Union, thank you, Juanice. Gabrielle Union, she is talking about what life is like for that group of individuals, the people that have the money. She talks about them. And she talks about how things are hard for them. Some have money for a rainy day, some don't. And she's real. She's like, you know what? Y'all may think that we have all this money. Some of us do, but there's a lot of us that don't because we're broke. And if she is saying that and she's keeping it real, that's a wake-up call. She goes on. So listen, if you have the well-known people, the famous people, the people that are in the entertainment industry and they're feeling it and they're becoming creative, why not you? If they're becoming creative, why not you? Just a question. I don't know. Moving on. Next is passive income. Passive income is creating something and you got your ching ching in your sleep. There's a lot of ways of passive income. I'm not going to go into that. Not going to. I'm going to save that for another day. But passive income is creating something and you're making money while you sleep. When you wake up, your bank account is a little bit bigger than it was yesterday. Passive income. Now, we went over 5 reasons why you should create your own income. We went over the benefits of ownership of your money, because right now, W-2s might not like what I'm saying, and that's okay. You're leasing because you don't fully have control of your money until you become owner. So we went over that. Then we talked about a few of the types of income. There's more, but I'm not going to go into that because my time is limited. My time has gotten short since last year. This year, I cut my show down to an hour. Maybe I should have left it at 2 hours, but it's down to an hour. Hold on, I'm making sure that I keep the radio audience with me. So I talked about the types of income, the types of income. And I also mentioned active income is good. You are an employee, but you're taxed higher. Now I'm going to tell you this, as a ownership of your money, you pay taxes after all your expenses. So let me give you an example. You made X amount of dollars. You brought money in, income. You have these expenses, money going out. Whatever you got left over, that's what you're going to pay taxes on. That don't work for lease money. That don't work for W-2. That don't work for employees. It only works when you have ownership of your money. Why do you think Carrot Top, Uncle Donnie, paid very little taxes? Why do you think Jeff Bezos, powerful man, Amazon, not a whole lot of taxes? Because they know how to work the system. They put themselves in a position to where they can pay taxes on what's left over after expenses. That's a category everybody should want to work on. Everybody. If that's not a category that you want to work on, I don't know what to tell you, because you keep most of your money when you do that. I'm going to say this again. You keep most of your money when you do that. Now I want to talk about two types of profit. Yeah, two types of profit. You have individual profit and you have business profit. If you're an individual and you have your own business, yeah, you can make a profit. If you have a business, meaning a corporation, a C Corp, a S Corp, oh, okay, y'all back. All right. Thought I lost y'all for a minute. There you go. Radio land. So those are the two types. You have individual and business. Those are the two types of profits. Now I want to talk about a webinar, a free webinar that is coming up January the 12th that teaches you how to own your own money. That webinar is January the 12th at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to say that again. There's a webinar, free webinar, don't cost nothing, that is going to teach you how to become ownership of your money. It's going to give you some information. The webinar is going to give you some free information on how do you become ownership of your own money. And you can register at BIT, hold on, y'all. I gotta write this out. I thought I could remember this. It's bit.ly/mymoney2021. So if you want to attend that webinar, just go and register. And in that webinar, you're going to have a better understanding of how. I gave you the reasons of why, but you get the how when you attend the webinar. Hi, Steve. How you doing? So you get the how when you attend the webinar on everything I just talked about. And I know I said I wanted to go in, passive income. In that webinar, you will also be introduced to the different types of passive income. And remember, I said passive income is cha-ching. It's when you are making money in your sleep because somebody is in your bank account making deposits for something that they bought from you. Okay? So that registration webinar is bit.ly/mymoney2021. B as in boy, I as in Ike, T as in Tom, .ly as in love, Y as in Yankee / my MY money MONEY 2021 current year. bit.ly/ my money 2021. And that, I would suggest, if you know anybody who needs this information, share that link with them bit.ly/my money 2021. Now I want to talk to y'all about movie. I'm gonna do this real quick. This movie review. I got 9 minutes. So I was watching this movie called, I don't know if y'all saw it. Let me know if y'all saw this or not. Called Death 2020. Anybody seen that movie yet? It has like, it talks about like real events of 2021 that happen around the world, not just in the United States, but around the world. When I watched it, it's like those events that happen around the world didn't make it to our mainstream news at all. So you have you had some actors and you had some actors and actresses in it. However, you have to decipher what's comedy, what's true, because they do show true events. Now, with Samuel L. Jackson, everything he said when they was talking to him, factual. And he said some powerful stuff, y'all. He did. He kept it real. Um, One of my sons watched the movie and I said, "What you watching?" And he told me, said, "Oh, mom, this is like it's a lot of propaganda." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I took the liberty to watch it. My son, this particular son, saw it as propaganda. I saw it from a different view because there was Samuel L. Jackson in there who kept it real about the events and about how during this pandemic there was other events that got people sidetracked from the virus, totally sidetracked. And because people were sidetracked about the virus, they were not doing what they should have been doing, which was wearing a mask. I want y'all to think about all the fires that we had in 2021, all the killings by the police. I'm sorry, 2020, not 2021, y'all, 2020. All the fires in 2020, all the killings by the police in 2020, all the demonstrations in 2020, all the riots and the looting in 2020. Keep in mind, we still in the pandemic the whole time. We've been in a pandemic since October of 2019, but it wasn't mentioned to the public until March 2020, but it was actually 2019. Then the movie goes into China and how the virus in the beginning, this is news we did not see on our television stations. But in this Netflix movie, it's giving it to you. And it's giving it to you straight up. If y'all haven't seen this movie, check it out. And like I said, you're going to have to decipher, because they give you real events, real lifetime events, and the propaganda stuff. What's propaganda is this. They interviewed that they interviewed. She has something to, she's very well known. She wrote some books. If you watch the movie, you'll know who I'm talking about. She wrote some books and she's very knowledgeable on the president, what goes on in the White House, and she's also a Republican. So when they was interviewing her, she denied a lot of stuff. Propaganda. Then It was another woman. Hi, T-Flow. There was another woman that they interviewed, and she's from Australia. You talking about totally oblivious to stuff? Woo! Totally oblivious. I'm like, where the hell they find these people at? So when I asked myself that question, the interviewer had asked the lady, well, you came up on the list as one of the 5 average people, and that's why we contacted you for this interview. And she like, oh, duh. Another woman that they interviewed, she made like some racist statements. And what she failed to realize is that there was a African American black male that was a cameraman in her house. So she's talking to the person that's doing the interview. Of course, he's Caucasian. And when she noticed there's this African American male that's a cameraman, she does this. Is he with you? And the cameraman says yes. So listen to the you're talking about, you wonder when y'all watch this and you watch the people that they're interviewing, the average everyday people, along with Samuel L. Jackson, and help me out, y'all. Oh man, what is this comedian's name? She's an African American female, and her hair is like this. She's really funny, and now she has that shopper show on TV. She's on there, but she's portraying to be a doctor. But she even say some real shit. So I'm going to say this: the truth is in this movie. The truth is in this movie. As far as the pandemic, then you had this so-called scientist, black guy, total propaganda. Everything he said was propaganda. It's like, dude, this is bullshit. Everything you said doesn't even make sense. So that's what I mean by when you watch Death 2020 on Netflix, you're going to have to decipher what's true and what's propaganda. Samuel L. Jackson, straight up, everything he said, true, factual. They had the Queen of England. She was on there. And with the Queen, what she said, some true, some, I'm like, come on, Queen. You got to do better than this. But she was on there. And with the cameraman, she wouldn't be spying to him unless he, what do you call queens? Magistrate? Whatever you call him, she wouldn't answer him until he said what that word, magistrate, I don't know, Queen of England, magistrate. And she clearly said, listen, if you're not going to address me as magistrate, I'm not going to answer you. So he asked her a question and he stopped. And he's waiting on her to answer. She would not answer until he said that one word. But listen to what the Queen is saying. Samuel L. Jackson, the Queen, and they interviewed this British guy. He was half and half. So I would say it's a good movie. You just have to decipher the truth, but pay attention to the messages of Samuel L. Jackson and the Queen and the female comedian that has that shopper show. So y'all have been listening to, I did good. I'm down to 1 minute. So since I'm down to 1 minute, I need to do what I do best. Hold on, y'all. I got to make sure I don't lose nobody. I'm not trying to lose nobody. Come on. All right, there we go. Hopefully. All right. It keeps going out. Okay. Yeah, it keeps going out. So you have been listening to the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show. I am on every Tuesday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Sador Radio. You can download the Sador Radio app on your Android phone or your iPhone. And now I want to do what I do best. So I want to say thank you, Juanice, for tuning in. Thank you, Holly, for tuning in. Thank you, Ernest, for tuning in. Thank you, Glenda, for tuning in. Thank you, Steve, for tuning in. Thank you, T. Fellow, for tuning in. And there's some other people that I will also like to say thank you to that responded to this morning. So I would like to say shout outs to Mark Five, the owner of the Sador radio station. Shout out to Tanya Berry. Shout out to Dr. J, Ayanna Stafford. Shout out to Teresa Wilson. Shout out to Sadia Smith. Shout out to Wanda Hall. Shout out to Elaine Cooley. And did I miss anybody? Let me see if I did or not. Hopefully I didn't. Shout out to April Johnson. Shout out to Ozzy Moya Victor. Shout out to MB Freeman. Shout out to Tekka Johnson. And that's my shout outs. So I do that when I go live. So I shout out to the people because every morning I'm saying good morning on Facebook, and anybody who responds back, I'm gonna give them a shout out on my radio show or on my live streams, whichever comes first. And then people who tune in on my live stream, I'm gonna definitely give you a shout out because you're in here with me and you're supporting me and you're giving me your time, and that is to be respected, and I do. So thank you, everybody. Oh, internet, thank you for tuning in. So thank you for the heart love. Thank you for the thumbs up. And I appreciate all of you for tuning in with me. I will see y'all on my next live stream, which will probably be later on the day or maybe tomorrow, but I'm going to try to make it later on the day. So you've been listening to the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show. I am on every Tuesday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If there's a topic that you would like to see discussed or talked about on my radio show, please shoot me a text message through Facebook. My name is Carolyn Huber Black, and you have been listening to me on the Sador radio station. Take care, everybody. Stay blessed up. Please stay safe, stay healthy, wear your mask, keep your social distancing. Take care, everybody, and I will see y'all on my next live stream. Take care. Bye-bye.